Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue and I am back for another episode review of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright y'all, so the episode starts off with Eva and her family moving into their new 5-bedroom beautiful home, okay? And we're so happy for her. It feels great. She had them people move her in there quick. I mean, they got pictures on the wall. The house looked like it is lived in already, okay? So yeah, y'all, Eva moved into her brand new house. Blah, 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 blah. Kandi and Kenya kick it over at Kenya's house and they talk about Todd and how he isn't happy about Candy's schedule and also this sex scene that she has to do. And Kenya has done sex scenes in the past, okay? Specifically twice. Okay, that's the first one that I think of when she did the sex scene in Twi. Okay, there were a few sex scenes in Twi. And Kenya was, like the young, innocent ingenue back then. Child. Okay, look. So she knows how, simulating sex can be uncomfortable for someone's partner, someone's spouse. So yeah, she gets how Todd feels. And right now, Kenya is looking at Kandi and Todd's situation like, girl, you better fix it before you end up like me. Don't nobody want to be like me and Mark. I'm like, child, they will never be like you and Mark because you and Mark never were in the place that Kandi and Todd have been in at their best. Like, this might be something difficult that they're going through, but Todd does not talk to Kandi the way Mark talks to Kenya, okay? That's just not how he is. Now, I do notice that some of y'all may not like Todd. I don't echo that same sentiment. I like Todd, and I also feel like as a man, with his upbringing, his age range, I think he is doing the best he can with what he was given. I do not feel like Todd is some terrible person because I read a comment where somebody was like trying to make it seem like Todd is so manipulative with Kandi, and I'm like, I don't think that's it. I think that their relationship is something that they're dealing with day by day like everybody else. And sometimes shit is cool and sometimes it's not. Like, sometimes it's cool that you're not here. Fine. Okay, you had to work. I'm cool, And then other times, damn, I need a break. When you gonna come and be here with this baby so I can get out the house? Todd is entitled to feel that way, y'all. I'm just saying. But either way, Kenya was bucking for Todd because she sees how good of a man Todd is in comparison to Mark's ass. But Kandi starts crying, y'all. Y'all know the broke up Kandi cry, okay? Because everything is just a little hard for her right now. Okay, y'all know she feel bad about not being there for the baby. And we can, argue till the cows come home about this situation. But ultimately, I feel like that child is loved. That child has family members, sisters, daddy, 2-parent household. Even if Kandi is out of town sometimes, at the end of the day, she is still there for her children. So I just don't like how people make it seem like, oh, Kandi's a woman. Her place should be with her children. No, Kandi's place is wherever the hell she sees fit, as far as I'm concerned. She's still there for her children. But going to work it is not, I don't think really going to take away from her children the way people try to make it seem like, because the dad is there. It's not like Kandi's a single parent and leaving her children to go float between family members all of the time. No, he at home with his pa, where he should be. It's all right. Okay, and I know she feels bad about it because she misses her son and her son misses her, and that's understandable. But this is the life that Kandi chose to live, and I don't feel like because she chose to be a celebrity or entertainer, that means that she shouldn't have children. Because I feel like a lot of y'all feel like, oh, if you ain't gonna be there all the time, then you shouldn't be a parent, and I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true at all, and I think it's really unfair the way people judge Kandi and Todd and their family dynamic in their situation, just based off of the comments that I've read. Kandi feels like the things that she does in her career is helping everybody, okay? She went and, rubbed elbows with some people and got Kayla into a school she was trying to go to. Like, there are a lot of things that Kandi has done, making good relationships with people that have benefited their family, all in all. And Kandi talks about how so many people depend on her. It's not just her immediate family, it's cousins and kids that's in the family whose parents probably not taking care of them child. Who knows how many of Akbar's kids are dependent on Kandi at some point, okay? That's just for an example. So I understand that Kandi always feels like she has to push herself, not because she's greedy, but because she has so many people to take care of and she wants to leave something for her her own kids, okay? So when you got your whole damn family asking you for stuff all of the time, for you to have to come through and pay for college tuition for this one, and pay for books for that one, and clothes for this one, and pay this one rent because they about to get put out on the 15th. Like, I saw a comment talking about how, oh, Kandi is just greedy. I was just like, what? Like, is that really how you see it? Because somebody likes to have money, that means they greedy? Like, okay, child, all right. Whatever poor people need to tell themselves. I guess I'm greedy too. Can Kandi pull back a little bit and focus more on her family? Absolutely. But I just don't like the way people, judge her situation. And it's like, you better have the perfect family dynamic at your house for you to be sitting, in your house watching television, judging rich people for their family issues. You know what I'm saying? Of course, Kenya has to talk about Mark and how she's blocked him currently. And I'm like, good girl, keep him on block. But she is still open to this relationship. And I don't understand why. She seems to think that he's just going to come and sweep her off her feet again and they're going to fall in love all over again. I don't know what Kenya is thinking. But there's really nothing that he can say that's going to make this situation better. You're not even allowed to talk to his parents, Kenya. Just accept the fact that your baby was the best thing out of this relationship. And you need to just let it go. Divorce his ass and move on. You are a mother now. You're a beautiful woman, and I'm sure after some more therapy, there's a man out there that can be for you, that will not be toxic and trying to hide you from their family like you something to be ashamed of. Then we see Cynthia and Mal, okay? They're at the Bailey wine cellar, and Mal has been managing it, and they're discussing, the day-to-day, the business, Cynthia's schedule, all of these things. And child, for Cynthia not to know that people need 2 days off, I said, Cynthia, like, really? You don't know that in the workforce, legally, when people are working, they have to have 2 days off? The entertainment industry is the only place, not the only place. Like, of course, there are other fields, but the entertainment industry is one of the main industries where y'all don't keep regular hours and regular days, so you don't know. But y'all also work in clumps. Like, you work for a few months and then you have maybe a month or two off. Normal people don't have that, okay? So they can't keep going 7-8 days a week just because the Bailey wine cellar wants to be open 7 days a week. Child, I was just sitting up here like, really, Cynthia? You opened up a business, but you don't know that people are supposed to have 2 days off? I was just like, I can't with Cynthia, y'all. Then they talk about Noelle being in LA and how she wants to do it all. She wants to act. And, they showed this clip of Leon saying, if you're not going to be in school, you got to work or do something because you ain't going to be living off us. Me and your mama didn't hustle too long our whole damn lives for you to decide that you're going to live off our retirement money now. Now, you can tell that's what Leon was saying. Y'all, Leon has not stopped working since he started, okay? Leon has consistently worked his entire career. That is a hustle. And I'm sure he loves to do it. But at the end of the day, nobody wants to feel like they have worked all of those years that hard for their child to then feel like, oh, I can just sit on my elbows and do nothing. So yeah, Noelle completely agreed, and she has an audition. She is trying to act. I think she tried to get in a Salt and Pepper movie that's coming out on Lifetime soon. I hope it's as good as the Clark Sisters movie was, but child, Lifetime has a terrible track record with biopics, so we gonna see. But either way, Cynthia is definitely missing being in LA, okay? Mike is there, Noelle is there, a lot of her family is there. I think Leon might even be in LA. So it's just like a lot of the people who she cares about are in LA. But she has businesses, the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Lake Bailey in Atlanta. So it's like, constantly being caught between the two places. And she and Mike have yet to discuss what they're going to do once they get married. They're supposed to get married in October and nobody knows where they're going to live. I'm like, child, Cynthia, you need to try to open up a Real Housewives of Los Angeles, girl. Try to get you some good Judys over there in LA and bring the show there. I mean, that's the only thing I could think of that probably will work in Cynthia's best interest. She doesn't need to be the main character, but she can definitely be friend to somebody who has a whole bunch of other friends and bring her in for another show. I don't know why we can't do that. Let's get a Real Housewives of Los Angeles popping. Let's do that. Look, we can have Beverly Hills and LA. We can do both. LA can be a little bit blacker, okay? We can do that. So y'all, Porsha and Dennis tap dance on my nerve tonight, okay? Because Dennis has lost his damn mind, and I don't understand why Porsha is even giving this little nugget nigga the time of the day. So they're talking about their living arrangement, okay? Another couple on the show that don't know where the hell they gonna live. She wants him to move back into her house. He doesn't want to move back into her house because she kicked him out. She reminds him that she kicked him out because he cheated on her, and maybe if he hadn't cheated on her, he wouldn't have got kicked out, okay? Then they talk about when they're going to get married. His family is wondering when they're going to get married. Now all of a sudden he doesn't want to have the big wedding that he once said he wanted. Now he wants to just go down to the courthouse because he doesn't want people that don't support their relationship to be at their wedding. And Porsha is like, oh, okay, so because now you done something to hurt me and my family is upset about it, oh, now you don't want to have a big wedding. Oh, no, we're not doing that. No, okay? And she kept trying to steer that conversation back to where it would make sense, because you could tell Porsha knew that Dennis sounded like an asshole, and that's how it was going to play on television, okay? She was like, no, you want to be here with your family, right? You want to be here, right? Like, she was trying to help him. But he, I guess, was hell-bent on either taking this scene for play or making her look bad. But he's sitting up there talking about, I don't want to have a big wedding, and we need to get the prenup first. And she was like, a prenup on our list of things? That is not at the top of the list, Dennis, okay? I feel like y'all do need a prenup, Porsha. You have your own money. You should be trying to get a prenup from him. Porsha, you have just as much to lose as he does. You should definitely be trying to get a prenup with him. So I don't know why that's the last thing on your list, and I don't understand why you want to get married if you're not willing to discuss the prenup, okay? But at the same time, I'm looking at Dennis like you just looking for reasons to not move back in with her because you want to be able to be in a city where you can continue to mess around on her without getting caught, because now everything is hell-bent on him not getting caught. You cannot convince me that Dennis is being faithful to Porsha. I don't believe that for a second. I think that Dennis is trying to figure out how he can hide his cheatations a little bit better as to not upset his family life, because it does look wonderful for him to have Porsha Williams on his arm as the hot dog king of Atlanta. I don't think it has anything to do with the commute. I don't think it has anything to do with whether she gonna kick you out of her house or not. I think that's all bullshit. I think you just want to continue to have your own space so you can do what you want to do whenever you feel like it. Porsha gave up and just walked away on his ass, took all the cookies they was baking and everything. You can't get none of the cookies in this cookie jar or in this house. I said, I know that's right. Okay, child, Dennis worked on my everlasting nerve. I'm like, how dare you? Like, really? You gonna make it a big deal that she kicked you out and you can't stop cheating? I said, okay, Dennis, okay. And y'all, then Nene debuted her rap song, y'all. I seen her in the studio with Lady Luck, and you know, when they first put it out on Instagram, it's a little bop. It's a cute little, you know what I'm saying? I'm show you how to get to the money, because it tastes like honey. I said, oh, it tastes like honey. Do it, Nene? Oh, all right, girl. We didn't need that information, but okay. Child, she's so bucked up about this little song. She's singing it, and she has Gregg come up to their bedroom because it's their anniversary. So it's Mr. Nasty time, basically. I said, child, Gregg looked like he could barely get a hold of that ass. They also talked about how Nene asked Gregg if they could have an open relationship, but he didn't want that. I was like, so Gregg, you don't want the open relationship, but you have cheated throughout the years. And recently we heard of some inappropriate conversations that took place with one of those women that was working, you know, in Nene's stores and stuff like that. So I was just kind of like, I don't know what's going on with Nene and Gregg right now. Nene looks happy. She, of course, had to shade the other lady, saying as though she has the longest, most successful marriage out of all the other girls and everything. I'm like, yeah, you do have a successful long marriage, Nene. That is very obvious. But at the end of the day, but to me, it looks like at least Cynthia, Kandi, and Porsha are getting knocked down. You look like you're not getting knocked down, and that's just sad. Okay, I'm just saying, do it look like to y'all Gregg is knocking that ass down? I don't think so. That's why she wanted an open marriage, because she want to get knocked down. Oh, poor thing. Poor thing. I hope they could work it out. Did y'all see how ashy Nene's knuckles were? I was like, bitch, you need to put some lotion on before them camera people come in your house next time. We did not need to see them ashy knuckles on camera, and they zoomed in on them too. Oh, Lord. To try to look at the wedding ring. Okay. Then we had this little scene where we see Kandi and Todd on the phone, and they're trying to have a baby shower on set. He was on set, she was on set. I didn't really know what was going on with that. I thought they were going to show us more from that, but I didn't see much more from that. I guess that's going to be a continuation next week. So let's go ahead and move on to Kenya. Kenya is cleaning out her closet, and Cynthia comes over. She is sending Mark all of his clothes to New York, all right? And she says that if he wants to be with her, he's going to have to show her that. So for now, she's sending his clothes back to him, and she's packing up everything. And Cynthia, while asking her if she really wanted to waste her time packing up all his stuff if he was just going to come back, she also told Kenya that she does not see it for Mark. She feels like if baby Brooklyn wasn't in the picture, Kenya would not continue to be in a relationship with mentally and emotionally abusive ass Mark. And I agree with her. I feel like at the end of the day, it doesn't even matter because children don't need to be in households with two unhappy people. That's just as dysfunctional as, a single parent household with a parent that has to work too much for you to be there. Okay? Like, it's still bad on one end or another. So I just kind of feel like Kenya has money. I think she can give that child a better life as a single parent with them co-parenting than she can with them trying to work out a relationship that is just not gonna happen. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't like to speak on people's relationships, but the way I see Mark, I just don't think it's gonna happen. I think Kenya needs to just go ahead and gather up her respect, divorce this nigga, and move on. Cynthia says, I feel like fuck it, because I love you. Especially after they discuss Kenya not being able to get in contact with his parents. Like, really? You can't talk to your child's grandparents? Yeah, I would let it go as well. I really would. Then we see Cynthia go over to Eva's house, and they show us the house. It's a very nice house. Okay, look, better than mine. Shit, look real nice. I was like, go ahead, girl. Okay, y'all got all them bedrooms for all of those children. Yes. They talk about how Kevin McCall is trying to get custody of baby Marley and trying to get her name changed back to his name instead of Sterling. And I'm like, girl, it ain't gonna happen. Okay. And the way Cynthia was asking her, do you feel safe over here? I was like, wait, does Eva live in a bad neighborhood or some shit? I don't know whether that was about Kevin or whether she lived in a bad neighborhood. Child, I don't know. But either way, Eva seems to have the beautiful, blessed, full life right now. So more power to her. And those children are adorable, okay? And well-mannered, and I was just living for it. They talk about Cynthia and Mike and about how Cynthia does not know where she and her man gonna live once they get married. Of course, Eva wants her to stay in Atlanta, but I do not see Mike leaving his successful career in LA to move to Atlanta. I just don't see it. And then they discuss Kenya and Mark and just how sad it all is. It's just very sad. But they believe that Kenya can bounce back. They really do. And I think everybody is starting to see like a good side of Kenya, and maybe it's not on the show, and that's fine. But something about the way Eva, Cynthia, and Kandi all kind of jump for Kenya, it makes me feel like Kenya really must be like a good person outside of this show. But I also feel like, how good of a person can you be when you're okay with looking trash on camera just so y'all show can be successful? Like, is it just me? Like, I don't know, y'all. I haven't been put in that position. So maybe especially because, Kenya's an actress. So maybe she feels like she is playing a role for y'all at the end of the day. Whether y'all realize it or not, she's just playing a role. I don't know. But the girls are down for Kenya, and that has been made even more obvious this season than ever before. I'm surprised by it, really, but she seems to have more allies than Nene. Child, Nene pushing everybody away. And y'all, lastly, Kandi and Todd have an at-home therapy session, and Kandi got a male therapist because she didn't want Todd to feel like he was being ganged up on. I was just like, oh, okay. So the therapist gets there, and Kandi talks about how stressful everything everything has been with the new baby coming and their work schedules, and they're both trying to conquer the world. It's not just Kandi out here working all the time. It's Todd as well. But right now, they have been more of a business partnership and less of a couple, and they need to get back to being a couple. Todd brings up how baby Ace has been missing Kandi, how that's been so difficult for him to feel like, you're home for 2 days, and instead of spending it with us, you are trying to go and hang out with your friends, and it sounds worse than what it really is, because a lot of these things are, charity events and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, I do agree with Todd that Kandi needs to prioritize her family. And he needs to do the same. But he seems to be there with the kids more than she is. And he said that he's okay with her acting career. This is specifically about when you are home, stop taking so many of these little outside gigs that take you away from the household when you already dealing with the fact that your son is missing you. Like, he ain't missing Todd, because Todd is there. So I did understand where Todd was coming from, but I also get how Kandi feels that he's gone sometimes as well. Don't put it all on her. Kandi brings up how she doesn't like the way Todd dictates her relationship with Kayla. She brings up how it was Kayla's birthday and she wanted to give Kayla some money, but because he was mad with Kayla, he didn't want to give her anything and didn't want Kandi to give her anything. And I just kind of feel like Kandi has got to figure out how to have her own relationship with Kayla. And if she wants to give Kayla some money, then she should do that. And Todd should just go ahead and do whatever the hell he wants to do. I do think that he is way too hard on Kayla. I think it's because she didn't grow up with him. So he didn't have all of those years of having to soften the way he treats her because she's a girl child. I had a hard daddy. So I do not think that Todd is some terrible person because he doesn't want her to be a spoiled brat. But I also think he needs to soften a little bit because she is 23 years old. She needs a different type of relationship with him than the one he's offering her. And he doesn't feel bad about it because he's so strong in his convictions. And that's an issue that he has. But I can see why he's so dead set on, making sure that she's out here getting it on her own. But at the same time, you see so many other people with the nepotism. You just kind of feel like, damn, Todd, give your daughter the leg up. Okay? Throw a little extra money if you can. Like, y'all do have a better lifestyle than most. I'm not saying spoil her, but shit, she's 23 years old. You can't give her a couple of $100 for her birthday, or $1,000 or whatever Kandi was going to give her. I just kind of feel like you can teach her a lesson and at the same time still give her some money for her birthday. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, my daddy would have gave me some money for my birthday. Now, on any other day, that was the only time I got stuff from my daddy, even when I was growing up. Like, the only time you get stuff from me is on Easter, Christmas, and your birthday. Besides that, don't ask me for nothing. Okay? That's in general how my household was ran. So I understand Todd. I really do. And I don't think he's a bad person. I just think that he doesn't know how to be a parent to a girl child. Like, he's doing the best he can with what he has. Then they got to talk about the sex life. And the sex life is not as hot and spicy as it once was, but it's because both of them are working and busy. And then when they are home, and when they are home, they want to spend time with the kids and as a family. And it's hard to get into the sexual mindset. And when you are in the mindset, it's like, all right, let's hurry up and get it over with so we can get back to work. I was like, it be like that sometimes. You just got to get it out. You just got to, buzz a nut and get it over with. But they have to keep an eye on each other. I don't know if I felt like the therapist was that great. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. Because there were times when I felt like, is he actually like helping, or is he just getting them to say the same things they've already been saying on camera with him not being there? So yeah, I don't know if that was actually a good therapy session or not. But under the current climate, it's obvious that Kandi and Todd have been forced to spend some time together in their home, and hopefully that has helped them, kind of get back to one another. I hope so, Jesus. Okay? But yeah, y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I love y'all so much. I hope y'all are okay out there. I hope y'all are staying safe. And I will continue to entertain. I'll see y'all in the next one.